Why did you do that? It's just a prank, bruh.
It's just a prank. These were the words that were stated after Mike Martin and his wife Heather Martin filmed themselves screaming at two young children, trying to get one of them to admit to something they didn't do, all for the viewing pleasure of their YouTube audience. This video would bring the Martin family condemnation, and eyes would be drawn to their other videos, which showed a disturbing trend. Then Mike Martin's obsessive drive for fame and notoriety, he, along with his wife, would exploit 5 children who lived under his roof. So remember when I said at the end of the Austin Jones video that those who seek fame should be wary because what they try to hide will manifest itself when they get notoriety? What I do know though is that some people are not cut out for fame, and those who seek it should be wary that what they try to hide can manifest itself when you get that notoriety. Yeah, I was talking about this case. Well, mostly. In fact, what these two parents ended up doing was insanely screwed up. So to make myself feel better about this, I seriously wanted to call them both Dipshit 1 and Dipshit 2, but that would be confusing. Just realize where I stand when it comes to this topic. I will give all the information about them, but at the same time, I'm going to take the piss out of them when I can. This is my coping mechanism, to be an asshole to people who deserve it. And with this topic, I will be lucky if this video gets monetized. But you know what? I don't really care about money when it comes to this topic. This topic pissed me off so much, I needed to ask Kat for a new still that will probably be used a lot in this video. A new level of mad. So here's a disclaimer in case the Martin family is the type to sue. All of this is alleged. There are a lot of secondhand stories and allegations, and a lot of videos. But remember, alleged. Anyways, Mike Martin was born on December 17th, 1982 in Baltimore, Maryland, to a mother who, well, let's just say that she wasn't a mother considering she gave up all but one of her 7 kids for adoption, which Mike was one of those that was given up for adoption. He and his sister were adopted by a woman named Audrey Martin, who was apparently strict. One of her punishments were to make Mike write sentences over and over again. And while some suggest this is a form of punishment that is too far, it's not really that far. I had to do this when I was a kid. As long as it's done in a reasonable manner, like having a child write down a sentence 25 times, 50 times. But apparently it was more than that, as it was described as excessive. In word count and in frequency she would use this punishment. And for the littlest things too. This is an example of what I mean, and probably didn't happen, but say Mike forgot to take off his shoes in the house. He would have to write 100 times, "I will take my shoes off in the house." Anyways, his mother married a man named Charles Britton who had a son named James. And according to James, he and Mike were really close. Mike was creative, doing art and making up games. Apparently he gave off the air that he would become famous someday, which yes he is, but for the wrong reasons. Mike also had a tendency to do something that you're going to see a lot in this video. According to James, Mike wasn't the type of person who could admit he did something wrong, that Mike always blamed others for Mike's failures. An example of this is when Mike dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. He blamed the school for it, not himself. And this is going to be a trend throughout this video. Spoiler, Mike is going to do something and then when he gets called out, it is other people's fault. So like most YouTubers, we have a man who cannot take accountability for anything, but also a man who suffered a pretty complex childhood. His mother passed away when Mike was a teen, and Charles couldn't afford to keep Mike and his sister, so Mike went to live with his grandparents, which separated from his sister who was sent to live with their uncle. Well, this is a tragic story, a kid whose mom had abandoned him when he was a toddler, another mother who passed away when he was young, abandoned and left isolated with 2 grandparents. This is pretty much the only part of the video where you're going to feel sorry for him. The rest is very anger-inducing. Fast forward to 2004 when he's roughly 21 years old going on 22. Here's where he began dating a woman named Rose Hall. Rose and Mike ended up having a daughter named Emma in 2005, and in 2007 they had a boy named Cody. And in 2008, just after Cody turned 1, Mike went out for milk and totally promised to be back, then ended up marrying a woman named Amy, pretty much leaving Rose as a single mom without his help, which he was apparently talking to Amy while he was with Rose on AOL Instant Messenger. God, that makes me feel old, I remember AIM. But he left Rose for Amy. Amy had a kid, and Mike pretty much wanted that kid to think of him as his dad, while completely ignoring Cody and Emma, literally wanting Amy's kid to call him daddy, when he's not the kid's dad. One interesting aspect of this relationship is that he apparently pranked Amy and her child too. But Amy said they were harmless pranks, while at the same time being the type of husband that sits on his ass all day and playing Xbox, while his wife goes out to work. It is alleged he said the reason why he didn't get work was because there was a lack of job opportunities. I don't know if he had or ever had a GED, but what was he expecting for a job opportunity? I'm pretty sure he could get hired at a job where he makes sure the fries are done. Full transparency though, I am not projecting anything. I do not have a real job right now because I walk with a cane in real life. I have lumbar spinal stenosis and 2 degenerated discs in my back, and I want that shit fixed so I can actually work. But that costs money and I can't afford it. So this is my best option for work for the time being. But Mr. Deadbeat Dad over here has no excuse. He had a wife and a kid living with him to think about, and he had his own kids that he pretty much abandoned. Apparently this neediness is what turned Amy on. Weird, but okay. Hey, I don't judge weird kinks, but if you're a chick who loves men who abandon his own kids, doesn't want to work at Taco Bell, and tends to want your kid to have them call him daddy, no shame from me. Just remember to change his diapers when he has poopies. But also, Amy reiterated the fact that he had issues taking accountability for his own actions. What began the breakup of his marriage seems to be with how Mike the deadbeat was controlling. Apparently, Amy was living in fear of him, and how he pretty much wanted to control every aspect of her son's life. And he called Amy a fat ass. Also, Amy didn't meet Cody and Emma until 2011, to which, according to Amy, Mike allegedly called Cody a problem child and Emma the R word. This is alleged, but if true, I'm going to bet most of you who felt sorry for what he had to deal with growing up now do not feel that sorry for him. In 2011, shortly after meeting Cody and Emma for the first time, Amy decided that a deadbeat dad who refuses to try to get work at Subway when that's all he's qualified to do wasn't really her cup of tea. She came home from a long day at work, probably thinking of sitting down, turning on Dr. Phil, and just relaxing. But instead, she came home to a mess, with her own son along with Cody and Emma running around like kids do, but not being looked after. Mike was too busy playing Xbox to watch his kids, which set her off, telling him, and I quote, "Get off your lazy ass, you bastard, and help me," which is accurate. Technically, he was a person born of unmarried parents, but this caused an argument between Amy and the bastard, as she called him, which included him telling her that he was failing at getting a job because she didn't help him, which it is not her job to go to Burger King and ask for a job for him. He is a big boy. He can clean his own poopies. He doesn't need her to hold his hand. And well, they broke it off, which meant he went back to Rose Hall for a brief time, which honestly comes off as more he wants a mommy than he wants a wife. He wants somebody to take care of him rather than he take care of himself. And guess what happened? While Rose was trying to get Mike to be a father to Cody and Emma in the summer of 2011, he again decided to go out for cigarettes and totally promised to come back, and ended up with a woman named Heather, who is his current wife. I will get into the details later of the circumstances behind this, but Cody and Emma ended up living with Mike and Heather's 3 kids, Jake, Ryan, and Alex. But Mike and Heather were married in 2014. So I have to rewind a little for Mike's first channel, which has a totally awesome mid-2000s name of Real Rage Mode, which was apparently a gaming channel. But all Amy could remember of this was a series of videos where Mike just walks around the house talking smack a lot. According to Amy, who he was married to at this time, he was a creative person who was trying to get better at editing, and that he was, quote, a talented musician. In fact, he recorded freestyle raps to cope with his own failures at life. So DJ Bitchboy ended up dropping this channel, and soon after marrying started DaddyoFive as another gaming channel, along with a Twitch channel with the same name. Though Mike claims that his kids all wanted YouTube channels and thus he created this one, why is he the center of attention? Why is it a gaming channel for him? Anyways, it wasn't long till he made a tweet suggesting he did a prank on one of his kids, and well, yeah, the format changed. And the pranks began. Which were harmless at first, just really stupid pranks. And pranks were pretty big in 2016, and most of them were fake. But DaddyoFive seems more sus, because if these were faked, then these kids should be in Hollywood. These pranks went from doing stuff like harmlessly scaring his kids to stuff that really is not funny, like breaking an Xbox or burning Pokemon cards.
Wanna play games? You wanna play games, Cody?
No.
Wanna play games? Let's play games, Cody! Let's play games! You wanna play games? Do ya? Do ya?
Okay.
Can you put the camera on me?
Yeah, up.
Hold it on me.
Okay.
Make sure it's on me.
Wait, can I see it?
Be quiet.
Oh. Oh!
You missed. You missed again. Hey, can I pick one and throw it in there?
Can I try?
You're not even filming me.
Okay. I know what you are doing. You throw my cards in there.
25 more for talking.
Dad, can I? Please.
Oh.
Accident.
I'll get
Excuse
some of
me.
my
Hey.
cards.
Dad, can I do one, please?
No,
Why not?
because it's not for you all, and we're not doing it to be mean.
No.
No, we're not.
I know.
We're doing this for a lesson.
I wasn't looking at the camera for a minute.
Yeah, and besides, those are all doubles.
This is where we see another disturbing trend that the DaddyoFive audience had. And that was, well, let's just say the DaddyoFive fans loved when Mike traumatized Cody, in the name of pranking Cody, of course. Some fans literally wanted Cody to be slapped around and punished, and Cody seemed to be the focus for the more malicious pranks.
Good portion of their titles included Cody's name in some disgusting way. Jake crushes Cody. Dad burned Cody's Pokemon cards. Cody ruined family night. Cody ruins a giant family surprise. I'm sending Cody to military school and using Cody for target practice.
Like the aforementioned Xbox and Pokemon cards pranks. Quick sidebar, if you're watching this and you left comments on DaddyoFive videos wanting to see Mike punish Cody, do not sub to me. Do not comment. I'm not even gonna bother reading any justification for wanting a child to be punished. And if you decide to comment in the defense for this kind of content, I'm just going to ignore it, so go talk to the wind for all I care. I will get into this later, but Cody lives with a mental illness, and this stuff wasn't healthy. And by the way, there is proof of how much it seemed Heather and Mike seemed to have disdain for Cody.
You kept scraping your arm to make it bleed.
I didn't scrape my arm.
You kept scraping instead of doing his work. It's recording. Instead of doing, can you back off until I finish, please? Instead of doing your work, instead of writing information, you decided to keep scraping your arm and making it bleed. And you did not return your red folder from test week. What the f are you scraping your arm to make it bleed? What is wrong with your head?
No, take a joke. Take a joke. You're the only one in the house that can't take a joke and gotta act like a butthole.
Just a prank, bro.
Just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank.
So you all made me go through all this just for a stupid prank? Yeah.
For instance, when they did a question and answer, they singled him out as a problem child as Heather laughed like an inbred hyena.
It's good to know that there's another father out there that other adults and fathers who watch me and get it, who understand and don't just whatever.
Dad,
She even stated in a couple of videos that, and I quote, she loves him to death, but there is something wrong with him. Yeah, his parents are assholes and do shit to get him angry, upset, hysterical, or afraid. Emma, on the other hand, they stated they didn't get a rise out of her, except this one time, which I am not going to show because it's really disturbing. And it wasn't just the parents.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, no. Hey, stop! What are you doing?
Go!
Stop! What is your deal?
Now all these
Alex! Stop! Go! You need to get up off your ass. Stop! It's not about him, it's about you. You need to get up off your ass.
The older son, Jake, seemed to relish in making Cody's life a living hell. And there are moments that I'm not going to show on here, but Jake manhandled Cody. And if you want to see an example, I used one at the end of my Austin Jones video, which I will replay here.
Rick?
What the fuck is going on?
Mike, according to him, needed to vlog his life, though the channel was supposed to be for the family. And while he would have these pranks, he would also have moments where he would try to be a deep thinker. But most of what he said was generic or stupid.
Let me give you some good advice. Something I've learned throughout the years. Never argue with somebody who has already made up their mind to be against you. And it's just not worth it, and you will get nowhere. Decided to give everybody a little message, a little bit of words of encouragement. Right now, when you feel like shit, and you feel like you just can't go on no more, and you're just dead tired, right now is when it matters the most. This moment right now, this is what separates the losers from the winners.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Mike was obsessed with the fame he was getting from this channel. He would mention how he wanted to take a shower, but was afraid that if he did, he would miss the channel hitting a milestone. He also claimed that the money from the channel was going to the children, but also stated that if he made enough on the channel, he would buy his dream car. But I'm going to highlight two videos. The first is this video. The video is titled, Cody Gets Kicked Out. Mike decides to tell Cody that he's going to send him to live with another creator named the kid behind the camera. And this is what happened.
I'm gonna make him pack his bags, and I'm kicking him out. He's out of here, he's getting the hell out, and that's how it's gonna be. And I'm gonna make him think that I really am, like no joke, I'm gonna make him think that I really am sending him away to live at Kid Behind the Camera's house. You're leaving, Cody.
Where? Going to Kid Behind the Camera's house.
I told you yesterday you were gonna go live with Kid Behind the Camera.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean no?
Yeah, I said no.
You're going. So hurry up with the homework.
Do you not love me or something?
I do love you, but
Well, then why you send me away?
Where's
Do you
your
not like me?
suitcase?
I don't have a suitcase and I'm not
We're
leaving.
sending you away because we can't deal with you anymore.
You still have your suitcase?
Yeah.
We need to pack his stuff. Go find some.
I don't really have any.
Go
I'm not
find
going
some.
anywhere. I said I really don't.
And I said go find some!
Here, what's your I'm not going anywhere.
You're going.
Get some pants.
When did you become the boss?
Never.
Cody, you gonna get violent? Really?
Leave me alone.
That's why you're going.
I'm not going.
You're going.
I'm not going.
You are going. Cody, get out from under there.
No.
Now. I'm calling the police.
Fine, do it.
I'm gonna call the police.
Fine, do it. You guys don't love me anyway.
We do love you, but you gotta go.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Cody, you're making me bald. Get out of there now.
No.
Get out of there now.
You guys don't love me.
Yes, we do, but you're out of here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Cody, you gotta go. I mean, you ought to be happy. At least you're going somewhere. What?
I want to stay with my freaking family.
Well, you ought to be happy. I mean, they're cool people.
Yeah. They're going places. Shut up, all of you.
All right, bye. All right. You gonna stay in there until we leave?
I'm staying here for the rest of my life till I die.
I'm gonna have to drive you there. You are.
No, I'm not.
All right, bye. Are you serious, Cody? Are you serious?
I really think you're gonna be that. Oh, he.
I dare you, boy.
You don't. It's not like you love me.
I do.
No, you don't.
Gotta get you help.
If you love me, you wouldn't leave me.
You got serious problems. I'm not leaving you. You're just going over there. You got to learn to behave
Stop talking,
yourself.
because I don't really hear anything.
I'll stop talking, and that's why you're leaving. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go hang out for a minute, and then we're gonna get ready to go.
I'm not going anywhere.
So get your stuff ready. Emma, get out of there now.
I'm not going anywhere.
Get out of there. You are. Get your stuff ready.
No.
If you want to take some toys,
No!
if you want to take some toys, you need to get your stuff ready now. Do you really want to miss your chance out on taking some toys? Do you? All right, ignore me. I don't care.
I'd rather.
Oh my God! Here and that psycho kid talk right there.
My freaking family.
You don't care about us. If you did, you wouldn't be talking the way you
I
are.
do care about my family. You guys don't care about me. That's the problem.
We do care about you.
Shut up.
If I didn't care for
Get
about
out of
you,
my life, then. You don't like me. Get out.
if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't try to get you help.
You don't act like you belong here.
I'm staying with my family forever. I'm not going anywhere.
You don't act like you belong
So
here.
leave me alone.
Are you gonna stay in the tub?
Stay here forever.
Are you gonna stay in the tub? Cody.
Leave me alone. You want to care about me? You want to love me? You want to like me? So just go. Why are you still here? Just go.
I do like you. I gotta get you help.
I don't like you because you're bad.
Exactly.
I love you, but I don't like you.
We love you to pieces. We love you to Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't care enough to go live with them. I'm not living with them at all. I'm not even stepping on the doorstep. I am staying right here with my family where I belong. And you can't do anything about that. Cody, get out there.
Where is he?
Under the sink.
Are you serious? Get out of there!
No.
You're out of here, Cody.
Not going anywhere.
Let's go! Hold this camera. Get your stuff. Stop! Get your stuff.
I'm not leaving.
You are. You're out of here, boy. You are out of here. You want to take your Legos with you?
I'm not leaving.
You are, and I'm getting the Legos, Cody. Stop! We're on the stairs. Stop it! We are on the stairs.
I'm not leaving.
God!
I'm not leaving.
Stop it now!
I'm not leaving.
I'm calling police.
Why are you throwing out?
I'm calling him up. I'm calling kid behind the camera to come get. Stop it! I'm gonna call somebody. You stop it! You can't be doing that on the stairs, Cody. All right, Cody.
I'm not leaving.
It's just a prank. It's just a prank. It's just a prank.
Just a prank, bro.
Stop it! It's just a prank.
Just a prank. Really?
Yes. God! It's just a prank.
It's messed up.
Cody, it's just a prank, bud.
It's messed up.
This kid had the right to be angry. Imagine your parent deciding to tell you when you're just a child that you're going to be sent away. Wouldn't you feel angry and upset? And instead of just coming out with it and just saying that it's a joke, Mike continues, pushing it and getting more and more anger out of Cody. This is emotional abuse. This isn't a prank, which is something Mike and Heather seem to not realize. While to them, this could be just harmless and good, clean fun. Side note, only an idiot would think that. To Cody, Emma, Alex, Ryan, and Jake, they are going to see it in a different light. Take Cody. He's a child. While to Mike, this is just a harmless prank. Cody might not see it that way, so he lashes out because he feels like he is being attacked. And Cody acted that way because, like I said, he has a mental illness, one that Mike was fully aware of and still decided to be tone deaf on how his son might be living in hell because of being constantly targeted, constantly hated on by the DaddyoFive audience, and constantly treated like shit by the people in his own home. Before we move on, I want to highlight another incident. This was also on their channel, but the family had planned a trip to Disneyland, and because Cody was acting up and according to the video smeared feces everywhere in the bathroom, he wasn't going to be allowed to go.
God, I wanted to take it.
Okay, well, I don't want to take him. I love the boy, but I don't want to take him because he's bad at shit and he's going to make everyone miserable the whole time. He put poop everywhere. Several times. Poop.
And this is what Heather said of Cody.
I miss him. I want him to be there.
Everyone is going to miss, well, not everyone, but I'm going to miss him too.
Got them jerks in there. They're not going to care.
I wish he would behave himself and act like a normal child. Normal kids have bad behaviors. Cody has something else.
Shut up, bitch!
I honestly got angry with this the most because Cody is a child, and instead of trying to be understanding parents to a child that needs their help, they would rather ridicule him. Heather says there's something wrong with him. Well, why don't you help him? This made me stop working on this for days because I was legitimately angry.
He's going to Nan's because Cody was bad and didn't earn going to Disney.
Taking away a chance to go to Disneyland because of something that turned out, according to them later on, was not smearing feces all over the bathroom, but clogging the toilet is just sick. He had to put up with a father that would put him in front of a camera, brought him to an audience that wanted to see him get slapped around. And then he was told he couldn't go to Disneyland with the rest of the family. Scratch that. There's another video that pissed me off more than the Disneyland video. Because apparently there's a video where Mike shoves Cody into a bookshelf. Hard enough to make Cody bleed, which, according to Mike, the blood was fake. Pushing a child into a bookshelf is still a violent action against a child. So Mike, in his videos, which are for entertainment purposes mind you, depicts himself as yelling a lot, messing with children's heads, bullying, and being violent. Oh, and once in a while saying something stupid in the form of wisdom. And the fans of DaddyoFive ate this all up.
Shouldn't be doing. What is all this? What the heck is all this? Let me guess, you think I did this?
Cody, get the Clorox wipes.
But what is this?
Cody, get the Clorox wipes.
What are Clorox wipes?
The disinfectant Clorox wipes. Go get them.
So I thought about waiting to the end of the video to talk about this, but I might as well do it here. Because while this all was happening, Rose Hall didn't have any form of custody of her children. Cody and Emma were living with clout-chasing Mike and dipshit Heather. In 2014, Rose had contacted Daddy-O Deadbeat to help her. You see, Cody had ODD, which is oppositional defiant disorder, which here are some of the symptoms. Having frequent temper tantrums, arguing a lot with adults, refusing to do what adults ask, always questioning rules and refusing to follow rules, doing things to annoy or upset others, including adults, blaming others for child's own misbehaviors or mistakes, being easily annoyed by others. Wow, are we sure that Mike doesn't have ODD as well? Cody's mental state was a lot for a single parent, so she asked Mike to help out in this by sending Cody to stay with his dad for the summer. Her reasoning was to try to get the parent that abandoned his children, twice by the way, to be a dad to his son and help. Also because she lived in North Carolina and Mike lived in Maryland. Healthcare was cheaper in Maryland, and she was hoping that during the summer, Cody can get some help. Well, that summer lasted for years. This was because, according to Rose, Heather forged Rose's signature on papers. Papers giving up Rose's rights as a parent. In December of 2014, she lost custody of Cody when she received papers in the mail, with her signature on them, which she swears she didn't sign away her parental rights. But what backs up Rose's claim was that court documents showed that Mike and Heather used Rose's medical records against her. Records and documents that were very personal. Papers and documents that, according to Rose, had to come from her own home. There was a time that Mike was in her home when he visited to pick up some of Cody's toys. While Heather claims that she had nothing to do with it and she didn't forge a signature, emails allegedly between the two show Heather in her natural bitch self. Heather states that Rose is Cody's mother, but Heather is his mommy, and that Cody refers to Rose as his stepmom, which makes me think she is just as controlling as Mike is when it comes to what the kids call her. She isn't stepmom, she has to be mom. Also, apparently, Heather texted this to Rose: "You are not even the fraction of the woman and mother I am." Emma was still living with Rose at this time, and according to Rose, Emma was afraid they were coming for her next, which this would become a reality. But before Rose lost Emma as well, Rose accused Mike of trying to intimidate her and had a police report filed. In November of 2015, Emma was staying with the Martins for Thanksgiving. Rose alleges that they snuck Emma back down to North Carolina and coerced Emma to lie, claiming that Rose was abusive in front of a court. Rose was forced to represent herself in court because the Martins had talked to every lawyer they could about the situation, making sure that they wouldn't take on Rose as a client because it would be a conflict of interest. And just like that, a mother, who for all I have seen was a good one, who cared about her kids, enough to give a man baby a chance at being a father, lost her children to two scumbags who gained custody. This also shows you what kind of woman Heather Martin is. If all of this is true, then she really is a snake, just as bad as Mike is. And it was her idea for a stupid prank that would land the Martin family in the most hot water. Time to talk about the second video that proves my point. But beforehand, I have to mention that there was an effort by some to get CPS and Maryland law enforcement to look into this because it appeared to be a case of textbook child abuse. But those in the justice system of Maryland stated that those videos just showed corporal punishment, which is allowed in Maryland. Odds are, no one really looked at them. Anyways, Mike's dipshit wife decided that she was going to do a prank on Cody using invisible ink.
Hey guys. So, I got a prank for Cody.
What the did you do?
What?
What the?
I didn't do that!
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me.
I didn't do that!
Tell me what you did.
I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
Call over your carpet.
I didn't do that! I don't have anything to color with.
Why did you do that?
Ruin the carpet. Get out of here. Mind your
I didn't
business.
do that! Mom and Dad, I didn't
Oh
do
my
it!
God.
You obviously did! You've done this before!
I didn't do that!
You've done this before!
I don't have anything to do that with! I don't have anything!
Cody, you did this!
I know, but I don't have anything that has ink or whatever that is!
Cody, you did this!
I didn't!
You did this! You know you did this!
I didn't do this!
You're writing 1,000 sentences.
So you here too?
No!
You did it too!
Invisible ink, it dries and comes out. It's already drying up.
So what she does is she dumps a bunch of it on Cody's carpet, then screams for him. When he comes in and sees the mess, he is surprised and confused, telling dipshit Heather that he didn't do it, but she yells at him. Then Mike comes in and screams at him. Alex ends up trying to come to his defense, but he gets screamed at as well. Both are crying, and then Heather tells him that it's invisible ink and it's drying, laughing like an inbred hyena again, thinking she is so funny, but not looking at the sheer fear and hysteria in both Alex and Cody's faces. I want you to remember, she is screaming at a kid with ODD. She is accusing him of something he didn't do. Mike, though, just screams in Cody's face, "You just got owned," in the most douchey way possible. And then in an equally douchey way, he says his dumbass catchphrase.
It's just a prank, bruh.
It's just a prank, bruh. I'm going to say this. If Cody, after Mike said it was just a prank, hauled off and knocked the shit out of his dad with as much force as his tiny body could do, I would have applauded him. Because that shit wasn't cool. And it got attention from YouTube.
First story we're going to talk about today is about a family that has garnered a lot of negative attention in the past week. And that's a family that's been sharing their lives on a YouTube channel by the name of DaddyoFive. And it's a mixture of a family channel and also a prank channel, although unlike a lot of the family prank channels, they also prank the kids. But not in like the Jimmy Kimmel, we ate all your candy during Halloween kind of prank. And the reason they've been receiving all this attention the past week is they put out a video called Invisible Ink Prank Epic Freakout.
Mostly Philip DeFranco, who has a larger following than Daddy of Douche Canoe can ever hope to have.
So there was a range of anger. Some people saying this is outright abuse of your children. Others saying this is not abuse, but these are asshole parents that are exploiting their children for money and hurting them emotionally. And then it also appears that they have a dedicated audience that are completely fine with this, which is also why I expect this video to be one of my most disliked in the past month.
And Philly D exposed Mike and Heather for what they were: monsters. Monsters who exploited their children to make YouTube videos. What would follow would be an epic level of coping and seething, with 3 videos trying to explain away what happened. The first was a video called Blocking All the Haters, which came out just before Philip DeFranco's video.
I'm getting all kinds of hate right now on all my social medias and on one of my videos called The Invisible Ink Prank. And a lot of people are really pissed off about this video because we're yelling and the kids are crying and everything like that, and apparently it's upsetting a lot of people. This video, I mean,
It's just a prank, bro. Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, well,
Where they asked their kids if they were traumatized, which they all answered no, which duh, they're going to answer no. Alleged abusers asking the alleged abused a question like that, what if they answer yes? Well, to be fair, one did, as a joke.
Was anybody traumatized?
No! Well, I don't even know what that word means, but yes, no. I was, Mom. I was.
a lot of people think that I'm a child abuser and that I'm mentally and physically, emotionally, and all that abusing you guys. Okay. Are you abused?
Yes, I am.
Really? Are you abused? Okay.
Now, seriously, on a real note, to all you haters, you are the ones that give our children drama.
Shut up, bitch!
The second came out after Philly D's video on them. A video called Family Destroyed by False Accusations. Which, yes, there was a misspelling in that title. Maybe Mike should have stayed in school to learn how to spell. Unless it was Heather creating the title. Lord knows her spelling skills are atrocious. I will happily prove this later. All you need to know about this video is that Mike was saying that the prank videos were faked.
In the video, he asked me if the videos were real. I tiptoed around it because I was scared. I was scared, but now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Videos are fake. They're fake.
Okay, Mike, I'll bite. Say they were fake. Why would anyone want to depict things that could be seen as child abuse and then call it family entertainment? It seems like a completely stupid idea. Cause, 1, this gives off the message that you're completely fine with horrid treatment of children with this kind of content. And 2, you are pretty much inviting legal problems on you by making such content. My opinion, though, is that Mike said that they were fake because he didn't want to take accountability for what he did. Well, after this, things just kind of snowballed. The mainstream media picked up on the story. YouTube demonetized the channel, and since neither of the Martins were working, that meant no more money. YouTube also removed a lot of their videos, and they ended up removing some as well. The Martins went into damage control mode, going on Drama Alert to talk to the best beard on YouTube himself.
Would you say that the kids are acting, or especially with Cody, it just seems like Cody, in many situations, is being traumatized by what's going on. Is Cody acting, or is he really upset? Is he really fighting with his brother? And there are times where I've seen Cody say, you know, turn the camera off and you guys keep filming. And a lot of people have concern with that.
There's a mixture of...
and it definitely appears that way, that I didn't turn the camera off. But there's many incidents where the camera definitely was turned off. There is a lot there's a lot of privacy. It doesn't really appear that way, but there is a lot of privacy. There's a lot of things that we keep to ourselves. When a certain child has a boundary crossed and they do not want something posted, we don't post it. And to be perfectly honest with you, by not posting or saying some of these things, you know, we kind of get ourselves in a little bit of a mess. Like, especially with the Disney thing and all that. Why Cody did not go to Disney is...
I think your question about is Cody acting, Cody is going to grow up to be an actor. I'm pretty sure of that.
And making an apology video.
During this week, we've had a lot of time to stand back, to jump out of character, and to see what we've done and to see how we've come across. And I understand how everyone feels. I acknowledge and I respect how everyone feels about this, and I do agree that we put things on the internet that should not be there. We did things that we should not do.
We are now in family counseling because we need it, not only to get through the, media stuff, but we need it to come back together and have everybody, even the kids, to understand what we did wrong in all this.
Where Mike looks like a child being told that no, he cannot pee on an electric fence, and Heather looks like she's trying to hold in a fart. This is a nothing burger, a typical apology video that looks sincere on the surface, but as we go on, you will see there is nothing sincere about it. They were just apologizing because their actions caused a massive backlash, not because they were truly sorry. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. This video is already long as it is. So CPS investigated the Martins again, and this time Cody and Emma were taken from their care and back into the custody of their mother, Rose Hall. In May of 2017, Rose Hall got emergency custody of Cody and Emma. But that wasn't all. The Martins ended up in court in August of 2017, where they took an Alfred plea. Their charges were 2 separate counts of neglect of a child, which I have talked about Alfred pleas before, way too many times now it seems. But anyways, the sentence was too light in my opinion. It was probably a part of a plea deal, but they got 5 years supervised probation. If they broke the rules of that probation, then they will go to prison for 10 years. Honestly, the judge should have taken Heather's kids out of that house too, but that is just my opinion. The DaddyoFive channel was terminated by YouTube, so they created a new channel called FamilyOf5, which came after the apology, and it was pretty much the same stuff they were doing before, just without Cody and Emma, Mike screaming at his kids included. So their apology was rendered moot by the fact they didn't really change. So we can add insincere to the list of the many things that induce rage when it comes to this subject. Also, a channel called MommyOf5 was created, which is a stupid name because Heather is a mommy of 3, not of the other 2. As much as she wishes she was Cody and Emma's mom, she's not their mom. Which FamilyOf5 kinda got terminated, but not really. The Martins ended up moving the content on that channel to their own private website, behind a paywall. And to prove that these morons did not bother to learn anything, allow me to read this line from their website. If you think you know us from self-serving drama content creators with their own agendas, or BBM, you don't. Yep, blame everyone but yourself, Mike, like you have your whole life. Those self-serving drama content creators that you mentioned didn't put those videos on DaddyoFive. You did, Mike. You were the one who posted videos that raised concerns that you are a horrible human being. They didn't push your son into a shelf. They didn't yell at your son to the point of driving him to tears. They didn't force you to do a prank where you told him he was kicked out. That was all you. They just spread awareness of what was in these videos. Also, before I am lumped in with drama content creators, I am a true crime content creator. And oh look, Mike Martin, you went to court. You entered an Alfred plea. So you admitted that there was enough evidence to prove that you were guilty of a crime. So that whole statement is just one big pile of bullshit. The Martin family decided to take down the videos from their websites because and I quote, in order to move on with the healing process from the 2017 events, and for Mike and Heather to take time away from the spotlight. This reads like these two think they're so important that they need to tell people this, and it's so funny. I'm pretty sure by the time this announcement happened, people stopped caring about the Martin family. In 2019, the probation was slightly lifted to just probation without supervision. The Martin Boys channel was created soon after, and it focused on Alex, Jake, and Ryan, with Mike making an appearance in May of 2021. So what was he doing before he reappeared? SoundCloud rapping. Again, there's only one king of rapping.
Why James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, yo, he just got dunked on.
And soon, the Martin Boys just became the Martin family, and Mike Martin, along with Heather, was back on the internet. Like herpes, they might disappear, but they will be back. So what happened with Cody and Emma? Their mother got full custody back. And from what I've seen in interviews, it took Emma and Cody a while to adjust back to the life of normalcy, with Cody being harsh to his mother because he had been told she abandoned him. But slowly he came around. Not much is known about them nowadays. And honestly, best to allow them space. Emma is at least 18 now. If she wished her own online presence, she would have it. And Cody is 16. Likewise, if he really wanted to be online, he would be. The Martin family channel looks like this, and it looks like a majority of content is Mike Martin's raps. It also seems that Jake raps too.
At the end of the day, I don't owe anyone any truth, any story, any information, or explanation. What I do know is that I want to do this for my family. My family was quickly painted as monsters all over the internet at a young age. Being 14, 15 years old, this hurt. It broke me down and showed me the world truly doesn't give a fuck about anything or anyone. My name is Jake Martin, now known as Baby Don. People are evil. The species can be very interesting.
Now it's time to talk briefly about Heather's post on the FamilyOf5 website. This was taken from the Swoop doc because I really do not want to visit that site again because it was annoying the first time. The title was The Truth and the Lies of DaddyoFive, how Nick Monroe's blogs were completely false. Yes, I read it like that because for some reason, Heather really likes to capitalize shit that don't make sense. What she is referring to is a blog by Nick Monroe, where he interviewed people like Rose Hall and Mike's old stepbrother about Mike Martin. Also, for some reason, how Nick Monroe's blogs were completely false is in quotations, which suggests to a reader they weren't false. Like I said, she's a fucking dipshit. There's my one F-bomb per video. I'm going to use a clip from Swoop's doc because she reads this better than I could.
Now, she starts the post by expressing her apologies, saying, and you know what, I feel like we should have some contemplative music for this dramatic reading. Quote, "We are so sorry that we every portrayed," yes, I said every, and no, I'm not gonna correct your grammar, Heather. I'm gonna read it like you wrote it, Heather. "We are so sorry that we every portrayed ourselves the way we did. We truly thought we were putting on an innocent show and having fun with our kids. We never in a million years thought it would ever escalate to the level that it did. Certainly not to the point of people thinking we were."
There we go. More proof that Heather has the education level of a toddler. One more clip. Sorry, Swoop, if you ever see this. It might be lazy, but if I read Heather's bad prose, I'm gonna have a stroke.
"I will say that our system is severely broken, and I do hope that one day I can use our story to become an advocate for children all over the world." What the fuck?
So yes, Heather's article is pretty much a nothing burger. Just shows that she hasn't learned anything from this and is probably right now eating paint chips. Mike probably hasn't learned anything from this either. He just blames others. But the reason why I felt it was important to discuss this topic is how the Martins got a slap on the wrist for what they posted on YouTube. And instead of seemingly learning anything, they've just showed that they haven't learned anything. Just passed the blame onto others. Claimed that their old content was fake as a cover for what they were showing. And they're still on YouTube. I wanted to raise awareness that what started as a channel for the Martin children, in the form of the channel being the Martin Boys, is now mostly Mike Martin and Jake Martin, with little to do with Jake and seemingly nothing to do with Ryan or Alex. Which if it was just them and their own channel, I would be fine with that. And honestly, this is my opinion. Mike should stop posting on it, revert the channel back to the Martin Boys, and go find a job where he isn't in the public eye. Pretty sure he can be a Walmart greeter, but he won't do that. So let's make sure he remembers that the internet never forgets. This was a long one and frustrating beyond belief. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you like what I do, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. I have channel memberships active and a Patreon if you wish to support me. Links will be in the description. Till next time.